Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion right here, right now, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now, we are joined by Flatzoid, 10th Man, Righteous Force, and I think that's it in G+. Very good to have you all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Also got a whole bunch of people in Discord as well, so welcome one and all in the Discord server. Hello, Nathan. Hello. Good to have you. Yeah, good to be here. Thanks. Yeah. Nice to have you all.
Hello.
Hello. Any signs of Earth curvature?
Not from Israel.
Not from the crew.
Any
No,
evidence?
only baseless claims.
Any evidence of axial rotation?
Only on my
Definitely.
bicycle tire.
Any evidence of a self-perpetuating molten iron core at the centre of a presupposed spherical Earth?
It was only like 7 miles. So no.
Any evidence that you can have gas pressure without a container?
Absolutely not.
That would be a definite no.
Just gotta believe.
Any scientific evidence of gravity?
No scientific evidence of it.
No, you can't have scientific evidence of a concept.
Any evidence of a viable hypothesis in the entire history of the fields of cosmology, astrophysics and astronomy?
No, I think someone would have given it to us by now if there was.
All they have are cryhypotheses.
Cryhypothesis.
They can't do real science.
I love it. Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
No.
Only apparent.
What about the presupposition itself, the basis of all globe arguments? Any evidence of the R value, Earth radius, the presupposition thereof?
They are been here.
Do you have
Any
something
ballers?
Rogue, did you have something for that? Clearly not. Now that concludes the housekeeping. Thank you very much.
That was the easiest housekeeping questions ever.
Started early.
Alberuni directly measure the radius of the Earth.
It's that guy again.
Didn't hear what he said. He said it a bit too quickly.
He'll just say it like a soundbite and then go to the next soundbite. He's been here before.
Okay.
He's
Oh,
a
the
robot.
pre-recorded guy.
He's a robot, previously human. Globetard gone wild.
Hey, Paul. I vaguely
Hello,
remember.
Paul.
He just spews and then ignores all address to any claim he makes.
Yeah.
Moves on to the next, like a little
Yeah.
machine.
You guys should never address this claim.
What claim would that be?
Flat Earthers are stumped by this.
Stumped by what?
Hang on, he's got to rewind the tape.
Okay. Anyway, Paul, did you get that video of the gas?
Yeah, I saw it. You said it through Skype. Yeah, I saw it. Haven't had a chance to really look at it in length, but
I tried to make it smaller. It only came up to like 30 megabytes for like 1 minute.
Now, see there, Paul? This is like words mean things. Flatzoid, are you listening?
Huh?
Satellite
Flatzoid
proof
said-
gravity.
hang on, computer man. The Flatzoid said, "Did you get the video I sent you?" And this is why words mean things. Paul said, "I saw it," but and I'm saying, well, he sounds, a little bit groggy in his voice. Like, what do you mean you saw it? Like, you should be a little happier because he did something for you. And then Paul says, "Yeah, but I haven't looked at it yet."
well, I'm happy he did it. I'm happy.
No, that's not the case. The case was I saw it, but I haven't had a chance to look at it. Well, saw it and look at it. Words mean things, right?
I saw it come through under Skype, but haven't stopped to watch it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we could
That's
definitely
why
all
we
translate
define
that.
words.
We could all translate that. I've seen that you've sent it me. I haven't watched it yet. That's what that translates to.
Yes, and not making fun of anyone, just saying words mean things. So
Yeah.
it is important to define words.
Yeah.
Yes, how you phrase it.
Go on, Flatzoid.
I said it's all got to do with the phrasing, how you phrase something.
And I guess I did see was on the video though. I did see how Puppy was on Discord. He changed the settings to try to make it work. No heat, massive amounts of gravity. That was kind of funny, on the Discord server yesterday.
Yeah, and I called him out and
I
then he
won't
says,
even
no, we
engage
don't.
that anymore.
Say again, Travis.
Oh, I just said I won't even engage him anymore. He's turns his thing to Satan's lover or something like that. So my new nickname for him is Saddam Hussein. Just like South Park. He was Satan's lover.
I see.
Yeah, well, I keep changing his nickname to Satan is a liar.
So Paul, did it work with the puppy lover settings?
Yeah, but you had to remove all the heat from the planet, and you had to crank the gravity all the way up, and you basically had to remove all particles from any motion. That's the only way you could get it to work. So.
And that's not reality.
It's not reality anyway. Neither is the gravity. It's pseudo Mickwestian 2 space. The model. It's pseudo Mickwestian 2 space. There is no fourth dimensional space time that he's bending. It's just bullshit. It's total nonsense. 2-dimensional nonsense. The fact that it doesn't work even in 2 dimensions, where you're giving every particle the best possible chance of colliding with the one next to it because it's only in one plane, it still doesn't work. It's absolutely pathetic.
You gotta try.
Well, even in that simulator, entropy, the time is not the cause, but time is necessary in the process of entropy occurring, or the increase of entropy occurring, and that's the thing that I was saying that when I showed that video, I recorded it. Over time, it eventually showed the particles dissipating, but when you first see it, it's that deceptive first look. You're going like, oh, yeah, that looks right. But then over time, it all dissipates. But that's the thing they don't want to talk about, the time issue. And one of the guys on Discord also said, oh, we're losing 80 tons of gas a year. I'm going like, really? How's that being replaced? And he says, well, everything's produced at ground level. I say, well, actually, plants and animals exchange gases. It may be a process occurring at ground level, but all you're doing is exchanging gases. If you're losing gases, how's it getting replaced? No, it was silence from that point on.
Just to summarise, if the sky was a vacuum,
they believe in global warming.
Sorry, if the sky was a vacuum, known as outer space, as claimed in the heliocentric religion, with the sphere Earth at the centre. No, not the centre. The sun at the centre, with the sphere Earth traversing it. You have a place called outer space that's a vacuum. And the gas we breathe would fill that space. That's the bottom line.
And even on the globe model, they admit that we're losing gas to outer space. They admit that.
Admit it. We'd lose all of it.
I agree.
To admit that seems like a mistake, because that just makes it more obvious.
Oh, you guys don't know that there's a 40-foot pipe around the Earth and a small opening on top?
No, there isn't. It's just an open system akin to a marble in a vacuum chamber with gas magically stuck to the outside of it, not dissipating into the rest of the vacuum. It's nonsense.
Well, it's funny how they have to fight for a container on all sides, but on top, at the same time, say there is no containment.
Yeah, you need a container.
Yeah, exactly. But if they're going to suggest that you're losing gas, any amount, then you have a little hole in your container. And Hillbilly Blue Balls is showing that they can double speak and have two positions at one time.
Oh, you've triggered somebody in Discord.
Oh, good.
I got a question for a 10th man.
Who's this?
Before you do, Verum1 says, Random Atheist and DJ would like to join the show. There's a link below to get in the Discord server. There's plenty of space on the panel.
I like the name.
Hello.
Hello. Is that you?
Can I just ask, what happened to Sleeping Warrior? He seems to have dropped off the radar.
Did a live stream only about 3 hours ago. Sorry, hello. I didn't see your name, my friend. Said something?
It's said and done.
Very good to have you, said and done. How can we help?
Just tuning in. Observing.
Saying hello. No worries. Hello.
He said and he's done.
Yeah, I'm new to Discord, but I've been following you for maybe a year and a half.
Oh, thanks for the support.
Through Ranty.
Ranty? Say again, sorry.
Yeah, just saying I discovered you through Ranty, Flat Earth.
Cool. Very cool. Subscribe today, Ranty Flat Earth channel. Be here or be sphere.
Speaking of Ranty, did he
Subscribe today.
retire or something?
Nah, it's just poor. So he needs to do proper work, and every time he gets heavily involved in doing Flat Earth streams, he lets his actual job fall by the wayside, and he's self-employed, so it's really easy to do. So this has happened a couple of times. He recognises that if he doesn't actually do his actual job, he'll start to fall into poverty. I mean, I'm on the borderline of it, and I'm a bigger channel than he is, so it's obviously going to be more difficult for him than it is for me. So therefore, he has to do his normal job, as I did a year and a half ago, or whatever it was. So that's just life, right? So he's going to do less streams, that's the net result. But he's still doing streams, he's still producing content. I've still seen him sticking stuff out. And he did a explanation video saying, look, I can't dedicate as much time. There's only so many hours in the day. I'm not disappearing, but just in case anyone's like, why isn't he doing constant live streams? That's why. So he's not going to disappear.
All right.
You must not have children because they do YouTube and run a business and have children. That's just I couldn't run a YouTube channel. I don't have the time. I'm self-employed.
Well, I'm in sales and I'm watching a little one, and yeah, I barely have time to do anything. So I know what you mean. I'm cooking breakfast as we're sitting here talking.
Well, you guys are piling on the Globetards. Bunch of part-timers taking down the globe. This is embarrassing.
We need to send Paul some magic grits so he can cook them fast.
Yeah, Ranty's all good, as far as I'm aware.
My cousin Vinny.
I tried cooking some magic beans, but they were just a bunch of full of hot air. So.
Magic beans.
Did you get through housekeeping?
Yeah, we went through it early. I started the show early because my computer's dying, or the hard drive is. So I need to get it fixed. And that's why I've started the shows early while the computer's still running. If it all dies in the middle of one of these shows, you'll know why.
Oh, bummer, man.
It's just one of those things. You know, I had the hard drive for about 5 years. It came with a 5-year warranty. Shock horror. So, yeah.
Yeah. My wife has a Hyundai car, and way back when she got it, they were doing 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty, right? And as soon as that thing clicked over 100,000 miles, it was like it had 100,100 miles or something. We had some major go break down on it.
Of course. Hey, Ranty. Speak of the devil.
Howdy. You alright?
Very well. Did you hear yourself being spoken about?
No.
Oh, we were literally just talking about you. Literally.
All right. Well, my ears aren't burning. Was it good or bad?
No, it's good. Someone was saying that they came to this channel off the back of some of the work that you'd done, and we were talking about your stepping back slightly, doing more normie. I hate to say it this way, Ranty. I'm just not going to sugarcoat it. Doing a bit more normie work, basically, is what you're doing at the moment, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So it's nothing too exciting, but people are like, "Oh, I miss Ranty," and I'm like, "Well, he's not disappeared. He's not dead." But I did say that to you when you explained it to me, right? I was like, "Give it 2 weeks, people will think you're dead."
Yeah, that was kind of like a sobering thought, actually. I thought, huh? What? What do you mean you think I'm dead? Why would they do that? You know, can't somebody just go away for a little while and, you know, just recharge the batteries kind of thing?
Not on YouTube, mate. Basically, you're death if you disappear for 2 weeks.
I mean, you must have some stamina to be doing it for as long as you have.
Yeah. You could say that, I suppose. Yeah. I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah, man. It is tough. It is tough when you got to work as well. So, you know. But I am going to do some shows this month. I've got a few lined up, so it won't be anything like it was, but it'll just be sporadic now and then.
Well, I look forward to him. You know, I'm sure you've got some good guests lined up, good subjects to cover, excellent footage to expose. I'm sure you're still doing bits and bobs, correct?
Oh yeah, still keeping my fingers in. You've seen what Flats has been talking to you about and about Miles Davis and such? He's been repeating his observations, hasn't he?
Oh, yes, I do vaguely know this. Yes.
Yeah, so he's basically been repeating his observations because Miles Davis, quote unquote, challenged people to go and recreate the imagery that he did. Well, what do you know? When you actually go up and you level your tripod and you get things absolutely spot on, it's a world of difference to what Miles Davis has been putting out.
Oh, what? Miles the Liar Davis, that guy? Shocker.
That's the one, yeah. So somebody has been going back and finding all kinds of problems with with Miles Davis's footage. It's amazing what happens when somebody goes and actually takes you up on the challenge. So yeah, anyway, I've been talking to him. So he's doing some good stuff. Everyone go over and subscribe if you haven't already. That's Flat SA, FLATSA, Flat.
Cool, very cool. Was his video with him with a P900 putting a little tiny spirit level on the top of the lens at full extension?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that. All I will say is that Miles Davis, the quality of the photography that he took was pretty poor. And the quality that Flats has taken, or Alistair Milne, is much better. And obviously, you know, when you've got better detail, better quality, you can level everything properly. You can get to find out that, I mean, there's a few videos that Miles has put out trying to say that a distant mountain in the background is lower than other mountains in the foreground. But that's only because he's lined it up wrong because he has a crappy camera and he has crappy imagery. But when you actually do it properly and you level the camera and you get everything spot on and you've got some detail that you can actually use, you find that isn't the case at all. In fact, it's a perfect flat earth proof actually, rather than a globe earth proof.
Yeah, that sounds about right. They all are.
Indeedy. Right. Anyway, so I just thought I'd stop by for 5 minutes, and I'm going back to work now.
Hey, real quick, Ranty, before you leave, your P1000, is it the international version or not?
God, I have no idea. Well, how would I know that? How would I
I
know
don't know.
whether it's
I'm trying to get one here, and from what I'm seeing, if you buy the international version, then the manufacturer will not refurbish it. So,
Oh, I don't.
you
I honestly don't know. It's been a long time since I bought it. What was it? Over a year ago? I haven't a clue.
okay? I just figured I'd ask because I'm about to go into debt just to buy one because I keep trying to save the money. I just can't do it.
The P900 is a good camera, though. I mean, I have to say, photography
It
wise,
is, and I'm sorry. Pardon
it's
me.
easier to handle as well. It's a smaller camera, and it's just easier to take out with you, and just to get if you see something in the distance, you can get that camera going immediately. The P1000 is a bit heavier and clumsier. Might be easier for the P. It
That's what
just
they're
depends what you want to
for.
do with it. You know.
Yeah, I want to make a one-time investment, and the P1000 has like almost 50% more optical zoom. So I might as well just buy that, is what I'm thinking.
I agree.
Yeah, but at the distances involved, say you're looking at something 20 miles away, the P900 does a fantastic job at that distance anyway, and the P1000 doesn't give you anything different than that. And on any given day, you're limited to about 20 miles of visibility. I mean, just the weather conditions and stuff. Unless you're actually going to climb a mountain and you're looking at distant mountain ranges. I don't, from using both, that's just my experience with using both.
Okay.
But it's up to
Yeah,
you.
I live in Washington State, and our weather's a lot like your guys's.
Yeah, and like I say, I mean, if you actually record it on 1080p on the P900, it gives you a very good quality. It's not, obviously filming in 4K is better, you have to say, but for if you just mentioned the zoom, it doesn't make a great deal of difference when you're looking at an object 20 miles away because the P900 will do just as good a job.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to do
Thank
a
you
quick
very
shout out to Five Angels, who says, "Hey guys, I was at an airport yesterday and I saw a kid running backwards on a travelator. He gave up soon after. I had a bit of a laugh and thought, damn, Earth spin Coriolis." Thank you very much for the super chat, Five Angels.
Oh, are you live now?
Yeah, I started early because my computer's failing. So, yeah.
I thought this was the pre-show. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum.
I feel like a proper fanboy with Ranty here.
Oh, yes, that's how we got onto the subject. So this chap who's called, let me get it right, Said and Done? He was the chap that explained that he'd come to the channel off your back, Ranty. So, Said and Done, Ranty Flat Earth.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ranty. I feel like I already know you, though, which is why I feel like a fanboy.
Fanboy. Well, it's always nice to meet new fans. It's funny as well. My subscribers keep growing, and I've barely put any content out in the past month, and I still keep getting more subscribers each day.
I've been waiting for the notifications, and they've not come through. But yeah, I did see your video about explaining why you were taking some time out. So when you start the show, or you say you're going to do it sporadically, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you still going to be doing the presentation format?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it'll still be the same formats. It's just, I just needed a bit of a break, as with anything, there was too much going on at the same time, and I'd been doing it for 2.5 months. It's a lot, it's a lot of time to put in living on 3 hours sleep. I just couldn't do it. So I just needed a complete break. And I have enjoyed it, actually, the break away from Flat Earth. Not that I've not been thinking about it, but just to be able to just sort of like take a step back And because I've been doing this for 3.5 years. 3.5 years of eating, sleeping, drinking flat Earth, talking to Nathan every day. It's just nice to get a break. That's all I would say.
To both of you, basically. Both. It's what I've noticed though is, especially on Nathan, your show, right? There's no real hypotheses from the flat Earth side, right? You're normally dealing with claims from globers. I never infer any like hypothesis of your own.
For what?
For your beliefs in flat Earth.
That's not a cause and effect relationship, though.
I think we're just asking questions. I mean, we're told from infancy that this is where we live, and we're just asking for the proof of that. It's not a big. It's not a hard thing to think about. That we're told we live on a spinning globe. We're just asking for the proof. Where is it? Okay, then if you tell us this is where we live, okay, can we question that? Can you show us this? Can you prove that to us? And if you can't, and I can go out and I can see a lot further distance and stuff like that, then it makes more sense to think, well, maybe if you can't produce evidence of the globe, maybe it isn't a globe. And if you can see a lot further, then maybe it isn't round at all. It's kind of just one of them.
Yeah.
We're not making a claim. We just want
what globe?
proof that we live on a globe.
What globe? There's a globe?
It's
Where is it?
It's definitely more focused on
Good morning, guys.
debunking globe science as opposed to putting forward any claim for. That's what I've noticed more recently. Is that fair to say?
You were breaking up. I didn't get to hear all what you said then.
So the show seems more focused on debunking globe science than it does putting forward proof of flat Earth. Is that fair?
Check it out on screen right
what
now
science?
for the audience. Hold on, just so I'll just say it. People often ignore the images that go by on the background to this show, but it's just chock-a-block with flat Earth proof. I like it when people say, "Well, what's your proof?" Well, it's rolling by on a daily basis.
In the Discord or in your YouTube?
On the YouTube link. I'll post it in Discord again.
It's not essentially that we're trying to debunk the globe. We're just asking for the globe proof. There's a big difference between us trying to debunk something, which we probably do anyway, than just asking, well, okay, you've made the claim that we live on a globe and, this is where we're spinning. Go ahead and prove that to us. It's all we're asking. Not a big deal. Just show us something. Show us some proof.
Well, I just listened to an astrophysicist get asked one of those questions: what's the best proof that we live on a globe? And her response was sunrise and sunsets. I mean, this was a world-renowned astrophysicist lady. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, that Wakey interview, I just watched it this morning.
Oh, was that good? I started watching.
Bro, this lady destroyed herself. It was great. I mean, to think that this is one of those, she's supposed to be an expert in exoplanets, right? But can't answer simple questions about the planet we're supposed to live on, right? Same nonsensical answers as all the rest of these globers with gravitational forces. I mean, it's laughable. And once you realize where the direction the interview was going, once he started asking questions about, curvature and all these people out there doing all these observations where no curvature is found. When she realized it was going down that route, she was like, "Oh, I can't talk to a flat earther. I can't talk to people who think the Earth is flat." Yeah, earlier in that interview, she was talking about how science and we gotta analyze new data, and it was just hilarious. Too funny. What's up, Arwen?
Hey, chocolate.
I bought a book in a second-hand shop, and it was from 1879, I believe, and it literally has the same proofs as what we are told today. Now, you said that this, scientist or astrophysicist said that sunsets and sunrise. Well, essentially, that's what they were saying in 1879. Along with boats go over the curvature. They were the two main things, and they're still the two main things that they actually say today. So they've had 140 years of this, and we're just asking for the proof. Well, there's no proof. They say that you have to observe these phenomena and believe that you're spinning and the Earth is curved, and they're the only two explanations. But research has suggested, last 5 years or so, research has proved that actually that isn't the case.
Yeah, it seems that whenever there's some kind of anomaly as well, there's always a scapegoat. There's always another explanation for why this other phenomenon is happening. For example, moon phases and seeing the moon in the day and it's only half lit. Surely, if the sun is as far away as we're told it is, the whole moon should be lit up from our point of view.
No, research specular reflections to appreciate why the moon is not being lit by the sun.
Specular reflections?
Correct. It's been covered on... I can't remember which Ballbusters we covered this on. I'll have to dig it out. I'll let you know in Discord if I can find out which show it was covered on. It may get covered as a standalone show soon, so that's enough of my hinting. I'm pretty sure I'm giving you that answer because QE's told me that he's going to do a standalone show on it, so I'll probably... Yeah, I won't say anymore. Just go and Google search that term and you'll find out why. Fairly self-apparent if you Google that term.
Fine. So
Let's do a quick shout out to... Get it up. Constance Burns. We don't mind not having all the answers. Right on, Constance. That's one big plus to me, actually. Quite the contrary to the stress levels that it causes others when you take a dump on their current rhetoric and then don't offer them anything in return. I said it a couple of shows ago. You go from knowing why the sky is blue based on their positioning of the sun and the atmosphere and what it's doing, but then you turn back into a child because you go, I don't know what it is. I've got no idea. Isn't that magical? Well, I think so. Constance Burns again, thank you very much for the super chat. We mind being given lies and conjecture as facts. Yeah, not only that, we hate it when they claim it's science. But thank you very much for the super chat, Constance Burns. I really appreciate your support.
Let me help the Globers out just a little bit. But Nathan, we look at the light coming from the stars and we know what they're made of. It's called spectroscopy. Come on, you know what this is. We know what the stars are made of because we can look at the light coming from them.
Should have a game show called...
Did I come through?
Yeah, you came through. I was going to say something, but I was on mute. I was going to say that physicist that Wakey Wakey interviewed, she said, yeah, with spectroscopy, we can tell that these planets, these pixelated planets that we see, they contain rivers and all these, life forms. Well, not life forms, but Earth-like planets. We can tell it just by spectroscopy alone.
I know, that's why I brought that up. And you can see water in the spectroscopy. You can see hydrogen. Come on, you can see all this. That's what we know what they're made of because of this.
They should have hit the moon with that then, because in 2009, when they crashed into the moon, that was to search for water. So they know the atmosphere, the makeup, the temperature, the orbit of all the exoplanets. Just don't know if we have water on our own moon. That makes sense?
when you don't have to prove anything, and the body that you're talking in is on the same pseudo proof, then you can say anything you want, because then all the people who are under the spell of the globe Earth are never going to ask questions. So, hey, I looked at this light and I saw a river, a mountain, and some weird alien fish. Yeah, light. That light coming through tells me everything, and people just don't even question it.
But 10th Man, haven't you seen the Apollo films?
Yes.
Hollywood made?
Yes, Hollywood made, exactly.
Well, at least the astronomer did say this on that video. She said she doesn't like those people that do the animations, because it gives a false impression. At least she did admit that on the video. I got to say that. Remember that?
Yeah, she said it was deceptive.
It's funny how they're willing to take the higher ground by throwing one of their own under the bus. So I
One
don't
of
give
their
any.
own.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the people who make the animations are deceptive.
I
Okay.
gotcha.
Okay, so I'll throw that one under the ground so that I look like I'm not deceptive. It's just a stupid trick. Just show me gas pressure without a container. Show me water the size of oceans curving. Just show it to me.
So shout out to Cleary, who says, if stars are suns, why is space dark? Thank you very much for the super chat, Clearly. Really appreciate your support.
I think they would say because of the space between stars. That can't render the light because there's no anything there. No photons.
I forget the name of the paradox. I forget who it was that said this, but if there's that many stars in the night sky, technically the whole sky should be lit up. Somebody said there's a paradox in that, because you've got specks of light, but if you can see the stars, then still the whole sky should be lit up with stars. So I forget who said that, but I'll have to go find it. Somebody might on Discord might know, but there was a paradox there.
That's right. And there were even mistakes made with this concerning the moon landing when it was asked, what did you see up there? And some of the astronauts in the early story said, oh my God, it's so beautiful. The stars are so bright. It's all amazing. And then other times like, oh no, there's all black. Remember that?
Your story straight, right?
Oh, you mean it was a palpable black? I don't remember seeing any stars. Ooh.
Yeah. That two sides
But
that
yeah, other
statement
missions
are.
were navigating with stars, right? So which is it? Did they see stars or did they not?
Two went down to the moon, one stayed above. When you get to the dark side of the moon, I would imagine you would see nothing but stars, no?
It's a real simple test you can do here on Earth. Get out of the city, go to the desert or country where there's no light, and you see a lot of stars. Go back to the city. Go back to the city, and you can't see those same stars because of all the excess light that's around you. So now let's do what Arwen said. Let's go to what the astronauts said with two versions. How many cities and lights are there up there in space, Arwen?
While we're waiting for Arwen, shout out to Sean Tibbets for the super chat sticker. Thank you very much for your support. You with us, Arwen? Can you not hear us?
Yeah, what?
Hey,
Did you hear my last?
Good to have
Did you hear my last comment, Arwen?
Sorry, I didn't hear it over myself chewing.
No, I was giving you kudos for bringing up the astronauts two versions of the stars. And I said,
Oh, right.
So I said, if you live in the city, go out to the country or the desert where you don't have light pollution and look up and you see a lot of stars here on Earth. Then go back to the city and see if you can see the same stars. And you can't because of the light pollution. Now, if the astronauts are up in the pseudo space, the vacuum of space, how many cities and light pollution situations are there up there for that to happen for them? None.
Yep. The only thing that I'm now thinking about, though, is that the supposed moon landing footage and all that, it was in the daylight side. Remember? So there was
Yeah,
supposedly
the side face.
sunlight shining on that, and that would then theoretically, if by that road, dim light down the stars. By that logic, and I think they went officially for an explanation like that as well.
But we're not using just the moon landing. We're using
Right.
We're
Up
using the
there.
current. No, that's not what I'm saying. We're using the current crop of astronauts and OTS who are saying in the ISS and here just above the Earth, they're the ones also saying the doublespeak.
Really? In the ISS?
Yeah, that
I
you have
didn't know that.
Yeah, you have that one video clip of the two astronauts. One is Massimino. Can't remember the other guy's name, and they're talking, and they're saying, "Yeah. Oh, what's his name? Dom Pettit and Massimino. Good old Dom Pettit. Well, that guy's a gaff every minute. The stars, everything bright, and then you go to other
And you
astronaut.
see stars. You can see the Milky Way. I mean, that's how they
Planets.
sounded. That's how they sounded. Like, I was like, is this serious? Is this a real NASA interview? Sure enough, yep.
Hey,
These two.
Chocolate. Remember the South Park version that Owen Benjamin made of that?
Yeah.
With the two retards. Perfect.
Yeah, it was great. It's just a joke.
When you watch that, you hear Dom Pettit go, yeah.
Yeah, they sound like Beavis and Butthead.
You see stars. Yeah.
Okay, as the Beavis and Butthead impressions start, I'll do a few shout outs. So shout out to David Rakia Gafford. He says, all dumb people go and stay on moot. I'm on moot. Rakia life. God is good. Thank you very much for the super chat, Dave Rakia Gafford. And also Cleary, he says, if the ball Earth is spinning to the east, why does the jet stream outpace it by 150 miles per hour? Indeed. Thank you very much indeed for the super chat, Dave Rakia Gafford and Cleary. And with that, I'll say, if you are watching this on the Nathan Oakley premiering stream, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, if you're watching this live on the Nathan Oakley channel, this is where we bid you farewell. A huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who did tune in live, smashed the super chat, commented, shared and subscribed and all that good stuff. As I say, stay tuned if you're watching on Nathan Oakley 1980, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!